Hey there, here is your financial advisor Kaisernick, and today we'll be discussing if NBA Playgrounds is really worth its price. NBA Playgrounds is a sports game, and to be more specific, it is a stylized basketball game focusing on 2-on-2 action. The game features power-ups and some visually stunning special moves. Comparisons to NBA Jam and NBA Street have been made by the community. So let's find out if NBA Playgrounds is going to get you dunking on the court. The game is simply put a basketball game, which features a lot of athletes known to fans of the sport. One can immediately notice that the game is heavily stylized with a cel-shaded art style. Players are portrayed with large heads to emphasize the comic aesthetic. The game also features some decent soundtracks, which overall give the game a very unique and enjoyable atmosphere. The gameplay is very simple on the surface. You need to shoot the ball into a basket to score, and to do so, you hold the left face button for a precise amount of time. The closer you are to the hoop, the less time you need to hold the button for, and the greater the time frame of success is. If you are further away, you need to hold the button for longer, and you also have to be much more precise with the timing. The playground features some exciting additions to basketball. Every side of the court has a lottery pick meter, which fills up when doing some cool moves, like dunking or blocking an opponent's shot. Filling it up fully allows you to get a special, randomly chosen ability, which can either help you score more points or hinder your opponent from doing so. Everything goes in the playground, so stealing the ball and pushing another player is justified and even encouraged. However, those, along with running, drain your stamina, so you need to do so at the right moment to succeed. The gameplay is really hit and miss, and we're talking about more than just shooting balls at the hoop. One thing the game does really well is give you feedback when missing the hoop. A small text pops up and tells you if you have let go of the left face button too early or too late. This is a great system, as we're able to get used to the necessary timing to score quite quickly. Another big part about the game is the special moves the characters are able to do. At least, that is what we're told. The game features a progression system, letting you yourself and every single individual player level up. Whenever a player levels up, he gains a new move. Unfortunately, we only get very little information on what it is or how to use it. This makes this kind of progression system pointless. The game should really tell you what the moves are and how to use them. The game especially struggles at teaching you how to use its mechanics, and the just mentioned moves are just the tip of the iceberg. A big problem we faced at the start of the game is the complete lack of a tutorial system. All the game does is show all inputs on the screen while letting you play a match. This could be done much better, since you are really unable to look and take the button inputs in while you are actually trying to focus on the action happening on the screen. The game really requires a training mode to be more enjoyable to players. This training should explain all inputs and when to use them. It is really frustrating to see enemy bots do some really interesting moves, including backflips and jumping onto the hoop itself, while you yourself have very little clue on how to perform them. The game is potentially fun though. Some 2-on-2 basketball is simple, yet enjoyable, and we can see that there is some depth to the game. Unfortunately, we are unable to dig much deeper at this time. We did have an enjoyable experience just taking out our Switch and playing a quick run of basketball using a single Joy-Con each though. Therefore, we are hopeful that some content updates and patches in the future could improve the learning curve of the game. Let's take a look at the technical performance of the game. We greatly appreciate the game targeting 60 frames per second on all platforms. For the most part, it holds the frame rate quite well. We played the game on the Nintendo Switch, and we did experience a few drops here and there. There are some stages, however, which seem to be more taxing on the hardware and therefore result in the game consistently running at a lower frame rate. A bigger blemish on the experience of the game is actually its loading times. It takes around 50 seconds to load up a single match. This is quite baffling, considering that there is only a court, some scenery, background characters and the players to be rendered. What really takes the cake though, is that restarting a match will take another 50 seconds to load, even though all the assets are already present. considering the game's file size is 7.4 GB, while Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's file size is 6.75 GB. We believe the long load times are due to unreasonably high resolution textures being used. Another thing to mention would also be the menus. These are very sluggish, because button inputs will take a few moments to be registered. Overall, the performance of the game could be a lot better on the Nintendo Switch. If you are looking for an optimal experience to play the game, you might be interested in trying the other available platforms. Let's focus on what you're really here for, which is the value of the game. If you are unfamiliar with our concept, please check out our first video or the How It Works post on our website. The links can be found in the description below. It is hard to compare this game to any other game we've played before, so we're going to try to establish a new baseline here. The game features 8 chords and each one has a unique soundtrack, amplifying the feel of the game. Considering the 152 playable characters and the replayability of sports games, we can safely say the game's worth the price at $19.99. However, the long load times, lower resolution, frame rate drops and the sluggish menus hamper the value of the game. The online multiplayer mode is also currently absent in the Switch version. We therefore deduce $5 from its value and hope that some of these issues are improved by the time it hits that price or goes on sale. The mechanics in NBA Playgrounds could potentially make it a good game. The game is enjoyable after all, as the cel-shaded aesthetic and presentation gives it some unique and exciting vibes. It also makes us excited for the future of the Nintendo Switch, as an instant multiplayer round of sports anywhere you want is something great to have. The game is greatly held back by its inability to teach the player on how to get better though, and can therefore result in an unexciting and even frustrating gameplay. Overall, we hope that patches and updates in the future can improve the game, but at the moment we can only give it a score of 72. Thank you for watching. We hope you liked our review and would greatly appreciate any like or comment. If you want to hear more from us, please hit that subscribe button below or check out our Facebook and Twitter pages. If you want to vote on how much a game is worth to you, check out our own site. The links to all these sites are in the video description below. If you have any feedback for us, please let us know. We are always happy to learn. All in all, take care. We hope to see you around.